Have you ever wondered, where does energy go when we turn off a light? Or when you eat food and feel energetic? Where did that energy come from? Well, here's something mind-blowing. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only be transformed from one form to another. Sounds simple, right? But it's one of the biggest truths of the universe.
Peace. What's up, guys? When I record these videos, you just gotta be thankful I'm not an AI voice. So when I make these videos, it's kind of like off the dome. Off the dome. I don't really have a script. I just pretty much go like freestyle these videos. So if you complain about me stuttering or whatever, or like tripping over my words, just be thankful that I'm a real human being, not a AI voice like a lot of these channels. But anyway, I just making a video, another video in the series of metaphysics 101 for beginners, people who are like brand new to any information that's dealing with spirituality, metaphysics, anything dealing with the multiverse, or if you had questions about creation, about reality, the matrix, anything, of that nature. So that's why I'm pretty much making these videos, dealing these topics. And the reason why I'm doing this because a lot of people who are new to if you want to call it red pill, if you want to call it conscious information or awareness, they have this utopian vision, this misguided utopian view that anything dealing with effort or anything dealing with self-defense or aggression or anything of that nature is automatic negative or it's bad, and they think that once they get aware, it's all about positivity and nothing else. But you got to realize, uh, in order, there's a quote. It says that in order to see the stars, you need a certain level of darkness. So that's pretty much the reason why I'm making these videos. But in this video, I'm gonna be dealing with the very very basics of energy and matter. Now, if you guys are aware of my writings on my blog, on my WordPress website, I made actually I wrote a article called "Awareness of the Macrocosm." So if you want to check that out, leave the link below. And also, I did a video way back in 2018. It's called "The Unknown: The Mysteries of the Universe." So when you get a chance, go on my YouTube channel, search that out. But anyway, dealing with energy and matter. Energy and matter. Matter is everything you can touch or see around you. Matter is anything that takes up space and has weight. Energy is what makes things happen. It's like the power that lets you run, lights up your room, or makes a phone buzz. You can't hold energy in your hand, but you can feel it like the warmth of the sun. Energy and matter are two sides of the same coin. They can turn into each other. This comes from Albert Einstein's formula of E equals mc squared. Now, a lot of people may have heard about Albert Einstein and his famous equation, uh, E equals mc squared. E means energy equals m, which is matter, which is c times c, which is the speed of light squared. And it says any bit of matter can make a ton of energy. That's why the sun shines so bright. It's turning a little matter into heat and light every second. Now, when you think about the sun, it's hydrogen and helium exploding. That's pretty much what stars are. Our sun is a star, and it's mainly comprised of hydrogen and helium. If you know anything about like nuclear physics, they got the atomic bomb and the hydrogen bomb, things of that nature. So it kind of ties into that. Now that's just the scientific side of energy and matter, like the basic mundane. I would just want to get that out the way. And when it comes down to energy from a spiritual perspective, okay, from a spiritual perspective, energy is often defined as a universal vital force that animates all existence, as opposed to the physical energy measured by science. This spiritual energy can be understood as a personal force influencing emotions, thoughts, and well being, and is often seen as something that can be cultivated through practices like gratitude, meditation, or aligning with a higher purpose. Key concepts of spiritual energy. Universal force, it is often viewed as a fundamental substance of the universe that connects all things, sometimes referred to as God, the divine, or the universe itself. Now, dealing with that, there's a concept called pantheism, which teaches that God is not a single being, but the whole universe itself is God. You know, it's called pantheism. When you get a chance, look it up. Pantheism. Uh, Now, the personal force, it refers to an individual's inner life force, which can be strong or weak, positive or negative, and is influenced by one's emotional and mental state. Now, that kind of like goes into psychic self-defense, having your spiritual protection up. If you have, if you're a person who thinks like low thoughts, if you're always depressed and sad, it kind of like lowers your body's natural defense aura, and it kind of like leaves you vulnerable to like a lot of negative attacks, psychic attacks, demonic attacks, things of that nature. It goes into like the whole thing with thought form, stuff like that. So it's always like, you know, always be careful about what you think about. And the remedy for that is change your worldview of the world around you, and change how you view yourself. That's one of the keys of like cultivating your energy. Yeah, and another in the good, I would say it may seem unconventional, but one thing that really like helped me out, it's gonna sound corny. Watch like anime, like Dragon Ball Z, dealing with like Super Saiyan energy. When they turn to like Super Saiyan, they the aura kind of like you know gets more powerful, to start glowing and stuff like that. Then with the chi energy, the Kamehameha wave, and all that kind of stuff. So no, that's pretty much how I visualize it. But that's some truth to that. Dealing with the chakras, the chi energy throughout your body. Your body has power points, but that's a whole other topic. I might get into that in the future. But I just want to give you guys like the basic rundown of what energy is, and dealing with the mundane part of it and the spiritual part of it. And if you want to do some more research, there's plenty of videos on YouTube. Go on Google it, go on Wikipedia, and also check back and read my article on WordPress, the awareness of the macrocosm. But that's all I got to say for this video. Y'all take it easy, and peace.
E equals mc squared, the famous equation. What does it mean? Albert Einstein's infamous equation from 1905 shows how to find the total energy in joules from a given mass in kilos if that mass could be fully turned into energy. It revealed that mass and energy are in fact the same thing, unbeknownst before this, meaning that you can convert mass into energy and vice versa. E stands for energy, m stands for mass, and c is the speed of light, about 300 million meters per second. The speed of light is used in the equation since it's a fundamental constant, meaning it never changes, and represents the top speed limit of the universe. When we square this number, multiplying it by itself, we get a very large number, about 90 quadrillion. This large number helps us understand just how much energy can come from even a tiny bit of mass more accurately. This helps us understand how things like nuclear power, stars, particle accelerators, and medical imaging work. The equation was groundbreaking because it showed the relationship between mass and energy is consistent everywhere in the universe, regardless of your speed or location.
Atoms are the basic building blocks of matter and consist of protons, neutrons, and electrons. Protons and neutrons are made up of even smaller particles called quarks, held together by gluons.
If energy can't be created, then how does energy exist? It's a confusing question, but in asking this question, we miss the point that the laws of nature are descriptive, not prescriptive. So unlike laws created by a government that dictate how things should be, the laws of physics are our best understanding of how the universe behaves. We think that the laws of nature apply everywhere and at all times, but we can't be sure. Sometimes there are even exceptions. That's why we can't say for sure whether the law of conservation of energy applies to the beginning of the universe. But it is still an exciting mystery to discover.
The way it come is so profile. Now let's see, how many horses in this merry-go-round? Is it me? What do we have to do to cope when things ain't easy? Cause the same things that hurt me be the same things that please me. I reach for the sun and I give thanks for a change season. Water, earth, wind, and fire, so many reasons to build